Alrighty, in today's video we're going to talk about the M16. I know it's a DLC weapon that not everyone has. I recently got it, was able to level it up, do some testing, and I found out that it was one of the best weapons in the game while at the same time being one of the worst, and I'm going to go ahead and break down why that is. So in today's video what I'm going to do is give you a best class setup for the weapon, so when you do use it you can maximize it and at least understand what its strengths and weaknesses are. Also, a quick side note, there was a bunch of you guys who responded to my question in the previous video about needing a Modern Warfare beta code, and I don't care if you guys are subscribed to the channel or like the video or whatever the case is, you ask for a beta code in the comment section. I'm going to try and find a way to hook you guys up. All you need to type is beta code please, so when I go ahead and search the comment section it'll be very easy to pop up everyone that needs a beta code. And just a heads up, if you've been holding off on pre-ordering the game because you think you got to pay the whole thing off to get a beta code, most retailers like GameStop, Target, Walmart, or whatever the case is will allow you to pre-order for $5 and as low as $1 in some cases. So if you want to go that route, just do the pre-order. They will give you a beta code directly from them. So enough about that. The best class setup for the M16 is going to be a reflex sight, high caliber 1, high caliber 2 with stock. You can go ahead and use whatever piece of gear you want, and the perks I like to run are flak jacket, gung ho, and dead silent. So today's gameplay is actually pretty insane, and not insane in the sense that I go like 70-0 or anything like that, because I've done plenty of those on the channel. The thing I wanted to focus on in this particular gameplay is dealing with having to overcome the obstacles of going up against good players while having teammates that go negative a majority of the match. So what you're going to see right here is I'm not actually using crash, which I would normally use. Since I was unlocking different attachments for this weapon, I really didn't have anything other than high caliber and stock, so I was actually running scavenger with flak jacket with the extra pick 10 slots, so that's why I ended up running profit, which is actually a lot of fun. I don't tend to use the lethal specialist all that much because I think they're a little bit cheesy. Right there you can see that was a one burst kill, and pretty much what you need for a one burst kill is one shot to the chest and two to the head based off the damage profile. So once you unlock that high caliber 2, which I put in the best class setup, you're going to get more consistent one-shot kills, but it's very reliant on your accuracy. And what I mean by that is if you miss the shot, you're basically going from the best time to kill to one of the worst. So I'm going to make a couple comparisons here so you kind of have an idea of how bad the burst delay is for the M16. If you were to run the Damon, it has a 50 millisecond delay between bursts. You use rapid fire, it puts that delay down to 0. If you run the GKS with the quad shot operator mod, there's a 150 millisecond delay between the bursts, which isn't all that bad, but it is very slow. Now let's go ahead and talk about the M16, which actually has a 250 millisecond delay between bursts. So let's go ahead and put it all into perspective now that we have that information. If you get a one burst kill, it will be a 100 millisecond time to kill. You get a two burst kill, it's going to be the 100 plus the 100 plus the 250, which would bring the overall time to kill to 450. You missed another shot and you needed to get another burst off. That would bring your time to kill up to 800 milliseconds. Keeping in mind that the ICR's 5-shot range is 400 milliseconds, so this would be twice as slow as it takes to kill with the ICR if you need to pull off 3 bursts to get that kill. So that's why I said that it's easily one of the best weapons in the game while at the same time being one of the worst. So typically when I use a brand new weapon for the first time ever, I already kind of got an idea of what attachments it needs without even knowing which attachments are available. Unfortunately, in this weapon's case, the attachment it would need is rapid fire, and no matter how hard I look through the attachments, rapid fire does not exist on the M16, which is very unfortunate in this case. So more often than not, I get a lot of questions asking, would I go with this over the ABR? And I think it's kind of a toss-up. It really comes down to how accurate you can be. So if you can get one burst kills with the M16 on a very consistent basis, I would go with the M16 because it's easily one of the best weapons in the game at that point. But if you happen to get a ton of 2 and 3 burst kills, you're easily going to have to switch to the ABR because that rate of fire is way more forgiving. So now I talked quite a bit about the weapon, and now I'm going to talk about how I used it in this gameplay to make up for its deficiencies. Obviously, I'm using the specialist weapon, so I'm going to get kills with that. 2 of my enemies are using the Reaper specialist, and that's why they've been able to rack up some kills, which tend to lead to streaks. You can see all the feed right there is specialist, which is kind of unfortunate. I got the assist there, helping my teammate take that guy down. And what I have to be aware of is that knowing that I'm going to have to win this match, because more often than not, that's the position I have to put myself in. I could have probably ate that because I'm wearing flak jacket, but I get to shoot it and I get the extra points. So I got to shoot that guy there. My teammate doesn't finish him off. I got to kind of back off, assuming that the enemy should be on this side of the map. I go ahead and peek it really quick, kind of get a quick peek, and then I can see my teammates are there. Obviously, when you're playing up against better players, you have to position yourself better to win more gunfights. Right there, I was able to take that guy out, and now I'm backing off because that radar shroud is blocking my screen. So I'm working around this right side. I'm assuming that there's going to be an enemy right here. I see my teammate. I kind of snap onto my teammate, and then I go ahead and push around to this left side. I know my teammate's blocking that right side, so I don't really have to worry too much about that, and I'm just peeking to see what's going on right here. I can go ahead and push in, even though I don't really have a ton of map awareness, and I'm able to take that guy out. My teammate's able to clear that area out. It looks like our spawns have flipped. You can see my teammates are kind of in front of me in this direction. Looks like they're getting killed from somehow, but I really can't tell because this radar shroud. I'm peeking the head glitch where someone's gonna pop out. I'm not able to hit my shots. I wasn't able to snap on quick enough, but right now my enemy has the gunship. He was able to chain all those kills together and get a gunship. Obviously in armed race, it's easier to stack up those kills. You only need like 7 or 8 kills consecutively. Using your specialist, you're gonna be in a much better spot. And what you'll typically see in these gunfights is 9 times out of 10, I'm already bursting them 2 or 3 times, even if they end up dying with that first or second burst, because you have to be spamming that trigger, because any delay in pulling the trigger, you're going to put yourself in a bad spot. Right there, I was able to take out that guy pretty easily, and then there ends up being another one. I kind of get trapped, but I do have my full set of streaks, so at least I know that I'm in a very good spot, even though pretty much all of my teammates are going negative except for like 1, maybe 2 people at this point. I gotta go ahead and get inside, knowing that my Thresher is gonna cause a little bit of damage. Hopefully they don't have a hacker at this point, but I gotta go ahead and cycle my streaks. That's gonna be the goal. Right here, I'm able to take out this guy. I know there's a couple in the mid. I go ahead and jump down, end up hitting that guy, but he's able to destroy me with the GKS. Somehow I get insta-killed. Right here, at least I did get the damage done. My teammate's gonna run up. Hopefully they get the kills right here. Ends up attacking that up, and then end up dying. Kind of rush in to get into cover. And what I've talked about in the past is once you have aerial streaks, it's going to put the enemy players in an uncomfortable position. So that's what it's doing for me right here. I have to rush into the building so I'm not getting hit by the gunship. I gotta position myself where I'm still gonna win gunfights, and I'm able to chain enough kills together where I can actually start getting on a streak. You can see my Threshers are doing a little bit of work. I'm just pre-aiming this area. I ended up landing a shot. The guy did hit me, but it looks like I got backup in the form of a strike team. I'm expecting people to be around this left side, so I'm kind of pushing it, seeing if I can get any kills here. As I run up, it looks like my team is in that area. The guy comes out, insta melts me with an SMG, which should win in that gunfight because the time to kill on that's like closer to 250, while mine in that range of the 2 bursts is again going to be that 450 that we talked about. Right here, I somehow miss every single bullet on the guy, and then he ends up shooting my body, thinking he's already won the match. And that's the unfortunate thing, because I'm just trying to level up the weapon. I wasn't even trying to sweat out. This was just a casual match. And then all of a sudden, that kind of made me a little bit frustrated. I ended up dying again right after that. I didn't notice that guy was on the right side. When I ended up watching this back through, I ended up seeing the guy there, so I probably could have spotted him, got the kill, and would have been much better off. Luckily, I'm able to take that guy out, so he's not going to get his specialist for the rest of the match because there's just not enough time. They only need 20 points. We need 33, so we got to close that 13 kill gap. Obviously, it's not a huge gap, but it's enough where we should probably be in a position where we're more than likely going to lose unless we just clutch up and get the win. Right here, I call out my specialist weapon. I know the guy sitting over here. I go ahead and shoot him, and unfortunately at the same time, somebody's sneaking around and flanks me from behind, which I never saw him. I've watched this back through a couple times, and because there was no UAV in the air, the guy never fired his weapon. There was no indication. All my teammates were pushing through the middle, so that's pretty much how I ended up getting that death. Right here, I end up getting a 1 burst kill on this guy on the right. I end up missing a couple shots, but the shot that I do land ends up finishing the guy off in 1 burst. So right here, you can see it's pretty much looking like it's over, that most of the teammates are probably starting to throw in the towel, but I'm thinking we could still win this as long as I chain enough kills together. Looks like they're coming out of spawn. I go ahead and shoot this guy, land the shots, and then I'm working back towards the middle. This left side is completely open, and then you can see my teammates are all centered around this side. So I'm going to push through. All my teammates went to mid, even though there's no aerial streaks in the air, and then I'm coming around this left side, end up lasering this guy. He had the launcher. I had him. Even with body armor, I was able to take him out. Missed a few shots here. I wasn't strafing quite as much as I probably should, but now I'm expecting that these spawns should be ours. I'll go ahead and take this little angle here because this is a good sight line to get some easy kills. I take that guy out. I get the sniper's nest. I throw my little shot cart, and then I also have another set of Threshers. It looks like my teammate ends up taking that guy out on this left way. I end up lasering onto this guy, and my streaks are helping out. And luckily, I've had a fast enough pace where I actually get my specialist again. So when I come around right here, I'm able to take this guy out, change to the next guy. I get both kills with the Thresher coming in. I'm able to chain all those kills together, so we're actually in a tie right now. So we went from about 18 points down to actually starting to clutch it up. I have my strike team in front of me. There is somebody shooting me from a weird angle. I come out. It looks like I get 9 bang. but it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, I had enough to pull it off in the end. So this is more of an average match where maybe I wasn't sweating out. I didn't get the ideal scenario. I wanted to show this off because more often than not, people say you always get easy lobbies. You only post the same type of gameplay. Whatever the case is, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, hit the like button. And if you're brand new around here, make sure you do subscribe with notifications on. I do appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.